Good morning, students, and welcome to this first class for CBC 1501. I'm sure that you're all quite excited for the first class. And as you've seen, this is a compulsory class. For those students who can't make it, you must watch the recording immediately. We will be asking you questions in the first MCQ on what has happened in this class, and it has such important information that's going to help you to pass this course. We see a lot of students ask us these questions later in the semester and they're not sure what's going on. And we see that students fail because they do not follow basic instructions. Now, today is an interesting class because we provide an overview of the course and we also explain what the course is about and how it's structured and what you need to do. All right. And we're also going to give you a tour of the MyUnisa account. I'd like to first introduce you to the other lecturer in the course, Mr. Zunisani Intimane. Zunisani, would you like to come in and welcome the students?
Good morning. Um, I hope everybody is well and you are going to enjoy doing this course with us. And my name is Zunisani Ndimani, and I'm the lecturer in this module as well. Yeah, I think that's all from me for now, and then I can come in later if there's a need. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Zunisani.
I'm not sure if you are still audible. I don't hear you, or we don't hear you. Maybe you are still preparing something. Hello, Asha.
Okay, let's go on with the class now, students. Let's introduce you to what the course is about and tell you why the course is introduced for accounting and finance students, right? So this is a very practical course. I know a lot of students might be wondering, why do I have to do a writing course? Why do I have to do a communication course? I work with numbers, I work with figures, I'm a banking student, I'm a finance student, I'm a BCom student. Why am I doing this? All right. It's very, very important for us to go on with the course and for us to understand how to communicate effectively. It makes no sense if you can calculate a lot of different numbers and do a lot of different things, but you can't communicate this, whether in writing or verbally, non-verbally, you're not able to communicate effectively. Not only that, when you're working in an organization, which most of us do, although some of us are working in digital organizations now because we work online, so we don't have brick and mortar organizations many times, right? I see one student says they can't hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now it's fine. I think there was a moment where you were quiet.
The moment where I was quiet is, but our students, did we get everything from the welcome now? Okay, fantastic. All right. So, like I was saying, we need to be able to communicate effectively. And this is what we teach you. Even working with your colleagues, working with other people, whether you're working digitally or you're working in a brick and mortar organization, you need to be able to communicate effectively. And we're going to be showing you that. And communication is not just something that you suck out from your thumb. Like we all think. To communicate effectively, we need to follow certain rules, right? And certain guidelines. So that's what we teach you here. All right. So Uh, like we've said, I am the module coordinator for this course, and Mrs. Zunisani, who you've already met, is the lecturer also on this course. And together we make up the CBC 1501 team. Now, if you have any issues, and you can't get hold of us, remember, lecturers are very busy. We don't just teach, we teach in multiple modules. And then we also have other responsibilities, and we work off campus also. We have a lot of things that we have to work on. So we might not be available all the time. And if you're sending a message and it's really important, then you can contact our departmental secretary. Please don't send unnecessary emails. For instance, I can't access my UNISA. I don't know, the deadline has passed. I missed the exam. I missed this. These things are communicated to you from the beginning of the semester, and those are not so important that we need to sort it out immediately. And you fill the inboxes. Remember, we have so many students. This course alone has 3,000 students, and if each student sends an email that doesn't require urgent attention, what happens is that we have a backlog of emails, and that's not the only course that is in the department. There's lots of different courses in the department. Our secretaries can become overwhelmed, and then the emails are not responded to. So unless it's really, really important, contact uh, our departmental secretary. Where you can't get hold of us for a while, then that's fine. But we have a 48-hour turnaround time. And some weeks when we are very, very busy with grading and lots of things, and we will tell you that we will respond a little later to your emails, all right? But in the meantime, try and make sure that you have all the important contact details. Like if you have my UNISA issues, if you have my modules issues, there are some contact details that we will share with you, all right? And you'll see that all the students are muted. And when you need to speak, when we're having our session where we're going to involve students and ask you to interact, then we will unmute you, all right? Okay, we have a Telegram account, but students, that's not for chatting. Basically, what we've got the Telegram group for is for posting announcements. So we just duplicate the same announcements on my UNISA on Telegram in case sometimes my modules is overwhelmed or there's an issue or something. You get that announcement immediately on Telegram, all right? So please join that. The link is on the My UNISA site. We will show you where the My UNISA site is. All right. Zunisani, would you like to explain to the students what the key concepts are for this course? And then I will take them through the next section.
No, I'm not sure if you can continue with this one, maybe for 30 minutes, then I can do what comes after.
Sure, no problem. That's 100%. Okay, the key concepts defined with communication. We start first with the word communication, all right? So communication is a two-way transmission of information and meaning from one person or group to another person or group, right? So these are important key concepts that you need to pay attention to. If you look at it, we talk about two-way transmission. So please take notes because these are all important things that you will have to focus on as we move along in the course. And this is the basics of it, all right? So two-way transmission of information and meaning. Now look, there's information and meaning. These are two important concepts in having effective communication take place, all right? And from one person or group. So communication doesn't just take place between one person to another person, can take place from one person to a group, from a group to a group, or from one person to another person. Can you see that? Or from a group to one person. So can you see there can be different dynamics in communication? But these were the important points that we needed to highlight. All right. So if that's what communication is, what does communication in business context mean? I see a student has their hand up. Can you just type a message in the chat to see what the issue might be? And we will give students a chance to interact. All right. Communication in business context. Yes, students, like I've said, everyone is muted. We will unmute you later in the class when it's time for interaction. Please just type in the chat if you have something important to say right now. So communication in business context is the creation and transmission of messages between people who work together to achieve organizational goals. So this then is the focus of this modules. So what we need to do is we need to understand that there's an organizational goal that you need to achieve. And for that, we need effective communication and an effective creation and transmission of messages between people who work together. Now, I told you whether that's in a brick and mortar organization or whether that is in a digital organization, right? In a virtual organization, like we have a lot of that happening now, right? So general advantages of communication. What do we see the general advantages of communication to be? First of all, it saves time and money. So imagine in an organization, uh, imagine in an organization, you send the same message multiple times to multiple different people in different ways. So what's happening? That means you need to spend time and resources transmitting that same message to different people in different times. All right, and using different communication channels. So what does it do? It wastes a lot of time. It wastes a lot of resources. So you need to first think what is the most effective way to communicate a message, to whom it needs to be communicated, and what is the best channels to communicate. So if you have effective communication, it's going to save you time and save you money. All right. It's going to be effective in decision making. So you'll have more effective decision making taking place. So if you have a correct message at the right time, it means that you can enact a decision immediately. Now, I'll give you an example of the state of service delivery in a country. I'm sure all of us know that. We're having really terrible service delivery in the country, right? We're talking of municipal level at the moment now. And why is that? You'll see that one supervisor supervises 9 people to fill one pothole, and that pothole will take 9 months to fill in. Why? Firstly, there could be lack of effective communication, all right? Lack of effective foresight, oversight, and all of that leads to poor communication and poor internal communication, all right? So that is one of the things that delays effective decision making, right? And then you'll see sometimes when there's a leak, a water leak somewhere, they'll dig up the pipe, and then you'll see that road is not filled for a few months because there's no communication between the roads department and the water department. And the one will say, no, it's your job, it's not my job. So we'll see all of these things happening and staying without being resolved. And a lot of that is because of poor communication. Firstly, at the root of all problems is poor communication, right? So if we want more efficient decision making, we need to have better communication. The next is successful problem solving. So if we need to solve a problem immediately, if you're having an issue immediately, you need to be able to communicate these things properly. There needs to be proper information and communication transfer happening at the correct time to the correct people. For instance, if you have a pothole, you can't be communicating this to government, to national government. You're supposed to be talking to municipal level workers, all right? So can you see what I mean? And increase productivity. If you have the correct communication at the right time, what does this mean? We can make effective decisions immediately. And I bring the problems of service delivery because we know that's an issue happening right now. Okay. And there's a current issue and a real problematic issue that South Africans are grappling with. All right. So having effective communication in the workplace leads to all of this, and it will lead to better relationships in the in the organization, right? So why are you doing this course? This was a directive from SAICA, the South African Institute of Chartered Accountants, and it has made it compulsory for all accounting students to do this course, right? So you need this compulsory communication training. So this compulsory, it's a entry level course. So when you see that you are doing this course, you are not going to become a communication expert, but you're going to have some form of entry level communication skills that are going to help you to communicate more effectively in the workplace. All right. So what does this module entail? There are two aspects of this module. We have the business communication and the business writing skills. So you're going to see there's the communication sections and the language sections. And you'll see we integrate that into your tasks, which gives you important communication theory and practice, and we give you business writing skills in that as well. All right. So this is what the focus of this module is. The communication sections, you'll see that the communication sections are in learning units 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. All right. These are very important. We use these communication sections as a basis for all your writing sections, and you'll see how we make you apply it. All right. So you see learning unit 1, introduction to communication. Learning Unit 7, Nonverbal Communication and Listening. And you'll see that the study guide does not have all the information you require. It gives you some information. Most of the other information is in your online learning units. And you'll ask, why do we have online learning units? All right. We do not have a prescribed book for NQF Level 5 students, as first year students. So what we do have is we have open educational resources, which we use, and we've integrated them as online learning resources. All right. So you need to use, you'll see from learning units 2 to 10, there are related online learning resources with them. And I'll show you when I do the My UNISA tour, right? So these are your communication sections. So learning unit 8, interpersonal communication in the workplace. Learning unit 9, communication in groups and teams. Learning unit 10, oral presentations, and learning unit 11, communication in the digital age. All right. The language sections, learning units 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. So you can see it goes in order. All right. So the first one is the reading process. You'll think, why do I have to learn the reading process? You'll be surprised. There are so many aspects of reading that students don't pay attention to. All right. And you'll see that it's really, really important. Important to understand how to identify keywords, important phrases, to understand what a question requires of you, what a task requires of you. So these are all important learning skills, right? The English grammar toolkit, that's also really, really important. You might think it's not necessary, and you are speaking and writing English, but are you writing effectively? Are you reading effectively? And this is what we are teaching you. Then we move on to formatting. You'll see formatting, you must use it in conjunction with your online learning resource as well. We teach you how to format different business documents, all right, in different ways. We even have videos already pre-recorded and upload onto the site. I'm going to show you the site now, and you have them and you can already start perusing them. All right. I'm going to show you how to study with all of these things, right? So you need to focus on that and see how to format all of these documents. Now you'll see we give you generic formatting in your online learning resource and your study guide. And then in the videos, we give you specific details on how we want you to format the documents for this course. Now you'll see, why do you have these different things? Apparently, if you go into an organization, each organization is going to have different formatting guidelines. So although you have specifics and generic information, you'll see the generic information, how to draft an organizational memorandum. You'll have the generic details. You need to have this type of information. And and then you have the specific details. For instance, how do I format a header? How do I format a second level header? How do I format the content? That is specifics that every organization will have, that will be quite different from another organization. So that's what we teach you, right? You'll have generic information and specific formatting guidelines that you need to focus on, all right? And so I spoke about formatting and then the writing process. We teach you important things about the writing process. The writing process has different steps, whether it's writing or speaking. You need to follow certain things. Remember, communication is a learned skill. That's what we're trying to tell you. So if you feel you're not good at it now, that's no problem. That's what we're here for. We're trying to improve your communication skills. So if you focus on everything we're telling you and all the things we teach you and all the resources we provide for you, you will see that you will gain a lot of important information and a lot of important knowledge and skills. Actually, when I was recording some of the videos at the video center, they actually saved all these videos and they said, these are such important tasks that I use in my daily life that I wasn't aware of. So you will see that you will gain a lot of important skills that you will use in your daily life. If not in your workplace, in your daily life as well, there's a lot of important skills. So in this writing process, we teach you from identifying a topic sentence to identifying a target audience, to writing specifically for a certain audience, a certain target, for a certain purpose. We're going to teach you all of that. So you need to go through each learning unit carefully. So what we suggest is you start with learning unit 1. The learning unit 1 doesn't have an online learning resource. So you go through learning unit 1 and you watch the pre-recorded videos. So you have more or less of an idea of what to do. So that's how you create your study timetable, all right, and your study plan. And then you go on to learning units 2 and 3. I would study learning units 2 and 3 in conjunction. You'll see the online learning resources also are related to both learning units because they deal with grammar and language. And we have the pre-recorded videos also. I will give you a tour of the My UNISA site just now, then you can have a look at it, all right? And the final one, persuasive writing. We teach you about persuasive writing. It's really an effective way to understand how your audience is persuaded. We don't only teach you how to write persuasively, but to understand how to read persuasive messages and understand them. Are you being manipulated or not? How to write effective, persuasive, but not manipulative texts. But you will be reading some textual information or you will be consuming some information, whether it's textual or written or graphic or voice. You will be interacting with those things and you need to understand how are they formulated, right? How are those messages formulated? What are they trying to convince you, right? And you need to be able to make an informed decision based on that, all right? So we teach you all of that. And if you skip all that, and then you're skipping on a very important skills that you will require later in life as well. All right. So the 3 focus areas, you'll see when we're grading you as well, we have these 3 focus areas. Correct format and technical presentation of various business documents. All right. We don't want your assessments to be submitted just anyhow. We want you to provide a professional document. That means your headings, your numbering, your text, uh, your page numbers, the organization of your document, all has to be in order. And we want typed documents. We don't want written documents or scanned documents. All right. So that's very, very important. So you're learning important skills. Correct language, punctuation, grammar, writing fluency. You get marks for all of this. All right. So if you're going to focus on one aspect and leave out the other aspects, we've seen students fail the module because of that. All right. You need to focus on all aspects because we grade you on all aspects. Sound knowledge of basic communication theory. And remember, this is not only for your written assessments, it's also for your discussion forums, all right, which we're going to discuss just now. All right. So if you want good marks, you need to focus on all these three aspects. All right. And I'm telling you this from the beginning. You'll see your rubrics are also that way. We assess you in that way. We do everything in the same way. All right. So you are well prepared. That's why this class is compulsory. For students who didn't make it, you can watch the recording. And you know that we have provided you with all the important information to pass the course. Zinisani, would you like to take the students through the learning outcomes?
Okay, I can continue. I can continue from here.
Thank you.
Good morning once more. And again, my name is Zunisani Timbani. So the learning outcomes that you have, you find them in page 13 and 14 of your study guide. And for full description of the learning outcome and assessment criteria. So if you consult those specific pages, you will find the learning outcome. But the first one, students are sensitive to the importance of communication in accounting practice. And this goes along with what my colleague have said earlier, that PSYCA require you to do a module in communication, and this module is specifically for that. And student can analyze a communication situation in a business context in terms of target audience, purpose, and context. So here it's the one dealing with analyzing communication in business context, and also the message that will be relevant for your target audience. And the third one, student can respond. It allows students to respond appropriately when considering specific characteristics of the target audience, purpose, and content. And the fourth one, students can apply language appropriately in their communication activities. I hope you still remember that. I think it's Learning Unit 1 that deal with that language part that goes along with Learning Unit 3. And moving forward, so we have the technical presentation. I think my colleague have mentioned part of this. So as far as the technical presentation is concerned, we will be dealing with first thing first, the technical presentation that will require maybe from your assessment. It's the one that you find from tutorial letter 301. But we also have a technical presentation that deal with the plagiarism. So as part of language and tone and grammar, formatting and technical it's important to your business communication. So your messages that you write or the business communications that you're gonna share or the letters that you will write, they need to be grammatically correct. They need to be formatted accordingly. So also plagiarism is a huge concern in business and academia, and you'll be penalized if this is found. And part of that plagiarism, tutorial 301 is very important because it teaches you, or it's guiding you in various ways on how to reference. And we also have resources that deal with referencing again. You will correct me, Ashla, when you come again, but it was a recording we had a recording about plagiarism and referencing, where you were demonstrating how students reference various material.
Yes, we do have it, and I will show them when I'm giving them the tour of the MyUnisa site.
Yes, so as far as the site is concerned, yes, later we'll take you via the site and how do you find these various resources.
Yeah, and the study material for this module, as it has been mentioned before, there is no specific prescribed book. So you are using the study guide that we have or the learning units that we have for the modules. And I think we have 11 learning units. So the study guide is also available as sometimes we share it on additional resources. The learning units that you see there, it's part of the study guide. And we also have it under officially, is it officially study material? Yeah. Then you find, we normally put the study guide there, we put tutorial letter 301 and other resources that are important for this module. So since this module is fully online, most of the material for this module, you find them online. And since we said we will show you how to navigate the site, how to get those various learning units, you don't have to worry about that. You can relax and we will show you if you haven't seen various learnings that we have and other resources that we have. So sometimes we encounter situations where students send us email and we consider it to be disturbing since, we have many students, as my colleague have outlined before, that students will send the email and ask about sort of some, we can consider to name them useless things, even though maybe they are not useless. Because when we take you through this lesson and we show you, we navigate various tools that you find on Moodle site, you will realize that whatever you want for this module, it's fully online, like the date for the classes. When you open the welcome page, you will see that the pre-recorded videos, they will be there, the podcast, additional resources. So we'll put that out for you that when you want something, please just check there before you ask us. Because the moment when you ask, we can even detect that you didn't check these various resources that we have. So all of these, even the sessions that we are having today, we'll put it on the site and you will able to access it. So in that site, you will also have access to your additional resources, where you find additional material. So even these recordings, we also include them in that additional resources, the study guide, the various learning units, and any other material that we consider it to be necessary for this module. We do put them on additional resources. So even on announcements, so let's say there are changes, like maybe we're supposed to have a session today, and then for some reason, maybe we are sick or we need to attend to something, we change, the announcements via the announcement sections, and you will receive the email regarding that announcements. And if you go to Moodle site, you can also confirm on the Moodle site that indeed we have sent you an assignment regarding the update that we have on the module. So as much as we have Telegram that we'll be using, but the official sites that we will use is the announcements section or tool to send announcements to you. And we know that when you send these announcements, you do receive an email.
I think you've already mentioned a lot about the announcements.
Yeah. So also normally the class for the sessions for this module, they are already scheduled of all of them. So we'll put them outside on the welcome page, where you see that, for example, if we have a class next week, you will see we have a class at this time and who will be the presenter and what are we going to deal with and so forth. So please, the welcome page is very important, and my module is also very, very important. So if you have a friend or anyone who's starting this module, just tell them to come and listen to this recording, because it will be guiding them on where they will find various resources. So also the live sessions, we will put the dates, when are we going to have them, the recorded one, where are they inserted in on the module site. So all of these things, we put them and we have organized them for you, and we made these to be available to you. So please take the opportunity and check the welcome page, check various tools that you have on the module as far as this module is concerned. Like for example, we have sections for last class, and you will see that we had the first class that was put there. And what we're gonna do, also this video for this class, it will be put there. So
You see,
use
students,
also.
I just, sorry, Zunisani, I just wanted to point to the students. You'll see You'll see the whole schedule of classes are there, and you see all the classes have their links. Please don't join with the wrong links. And you get so many emails from students. I can't find the link. Please, the links are on the welcome page, and they're also in the announcements, the same thing. And you'll see we've got all the information, like Sunisani has said. Now, after today's class, latest by within a day or two, you'll see I've put a video link. I'm going to put this video there and the link to the slides. So you just have to go to the welcome page or the announcements. You'll find the video link under the first class, right? And just below all the classes, you'll see there's 5 live classes. You'll see there's pre-recorded classes already uploaded for all the different learning units. And like Zunisani also mentioned about the referencing and that. But once we go on the Moodle site, we'll show you. This is just a small screenshot to show you that everything is already uploaded and it is there. So students should not be sending us emails asking us, where's the link? Where's the video? Where's the information? Everything is there, right? Sorry, Zunisani, you may continue.
Okay, so the assessment plan or assessments, it's either you will check your calendar or you can go to assignments on your tools on the Moodle site to check what kind of assessment do you have and also to check the due dates. So the assessment plan or assessments, you'll find them on the Moodle site. Just consult, maybe for example, if you see assignment 1, check it there. So another thing that also assists in terms of this, maybe it will be wise one day to just come share various assessments that you have. But I believe my colleague already have put something to show you different assessments that we have under assessment plans. Like for example,
Yes.
the assessment schedule, learning unit, assessment 1 to 3, they contribute 100% and they are broken down as follows. And for you to qualify for examination, you must obtain 40% for the year mark. So this is a new requirement for the UNISA. So assessment 1, it's an MCQ and it's 60 marks and it's due by Monday, 16 March 2024 at 6 p.m. And the portal will open on the 12th of March 2026 at 4 p.m. So you need to study learning unit 1, 2, and 3 and all related instructional material. So as far as assessment 2 is concerned, it's MCQ as well, and it's 60 marks. This one contributes 60% of your formative assessment, and it's due on the Monday, 13 April 2026 at 7 p.m. The portal will open on Friday, 10 April 2026 at 5 p.m. So you need to study all learning units, learning unit 1 to 11. So for you to complete this one, which means you need to have completed all the learning units for this module. So if you miss any assessment, you will lose the marks according to the weighting, which will impact your final result. You will not be able to submit the portfolio for examination if you do not submit the formative assessments. Remember, you need to get 40% in order to qualify. We will discuss the assessments during the live class as we progress with the module. Please check the announcements on my UNISA regularly for updates and information in this regard and endeavor to attend all classes. So recordings of the classes will be made available, as we have said that we'll put all recordings to be available for you. We'll also discuss the assessments during the scheduled classes outlined in the relevant sections below. So let's say you are going to do the portfolio. We can have the session in preparation for the portfolio or a session in preparation for a certain assessment. So we're going to have maybe assessment 1. We can have a session to discuss the instructions for that assessment, and you can be given a chance to ask questions or to get a clarity for some aspects that you don't understand. And then moving forward, your summative assessment, which is like your exam, which contributes 60% of your final semester mark. So this is assessment 3. You won't write exam like sitting down writing exam, but you will do a portfolio of evidence that has various questions that you need to respond to as per the instructions for this portfolio. So it will be out of 100 marks. And even as far as this one is concerned, you need to have studied all 11 learning units. So the due date is the 15 May 2026 and at 9 p.m. And the portal will open on the 12th May 2026 at 4 p.m. So, sometimes we had a wish or we have a wish of opening these assessments early. But remember, there are policies and guidelines that guide us when we are teaching you. So as far as those policies are concerned, so for certain assessments, we need to open these assessments within a certain period. So since this is a portfolio and portfolio of evidence is considered to be simple because it's like a take-home exam, you won't have any supplementary examination. So if you fail the module, which means you need to come back and register next year.
This is an important point. Sunisani, do you mind if I come in?
Yes, you can take over.
The portfolio, it's a written task. You see, it's fully written and you've got quite a few tasks to do. So you have to attend the classes. Like we said, if you can't make it during the scheduled time, you can watch the recording. It's not a problem at all. And you will have to complete some compulsory discussion forums as well, which these compulsory discussion forums contribute 30% of your portfolio mark. So you will have to complete all these tasks. You'll see the discussion forums have been uploaded this morning already, and I will go through them with you when I show you the site. And please, students, you cannot use AI generated content. You can't copy and paste from each other. Some students do that. And you just put anything. Like I said, with your writing task, we're also grading this according to the way you write. That's the three aspects. That's the way you present it. That means you need to have referencing in there, a list of sources consulted. You must write in correct English and full sentences. Don't just write anyhow. And please don't just keep creating new discussion forums. You have to follow the 3 discussion forums that I have created and answer within that. But we will show you now because all the tasks have been uploaded already. All right. Sunisani, I'm going to go into the My Modules tour now. So students,
It's okay.
Is that fine? Do you want to say anything before I move forward? But you can come in at any time while I'm busy with the My Modules tour. Is that fine?
Okay.
I'm going to stop sharing this and share the my UNISA site now. Just give me one moment. That's fine. Okay, students, I hope you can see my my screen and you can see the site. Just give me a thumbs up if you can see the site. Okay, fantastic. All right. Okay, students, now this is your course site, all right? CBC1501 2026 semester 1. Make sure you're in the right site. I know some students might be repeating the module. Make sure you get into the right site, all right? And make sure it's got semester 1 2026, all right? Now, when you come onto the site, there's something I want to show you. Just ignore my scrolling for now. Yes. Now, as soon as you get into the site, you come to this welcome message. I'm sure you can all see. Now, look at the bottom of this welcome message. I hope you can see the small read more here. It's in blue. You see the small read more. You have to click on that. And you see the whole page opens up. Now, once you open this page, it's got all the information that you require. It tells you about the course, the site, navigating the site. I'm even going to upload today's video here because it's orientating you to the course and how to get through the course. At least this section of the My Modules tour will be here. all right? And you'll see I've given you all the information here that you require. So there's no excuse for saying you didn't know what to do, how to do it. Everything has been uploaded at the beginning of the semester already. When we talk of online learning resources, we even provide you a link for the online learning resources that I keep referring to, but I'll show you now as well, right? We tell you about the Telegram account. You can click on this and you can join the Telegram account. But remember, I told you it's not a chat space. It's just an announcement space. And we usually just duplicate the same announcements on my Unisa onto Telegram. It's just more instant. That's why we post it there, especially when there's an issue with the my Unisa site or the my module site, right? So we've got all of the information here. Your assessment schedule that I've discussed is also here. The entire schedule is there as well. So you've got all the information. When the exam starts, then the students will say, I missed the exam. I didn't know when it was. I didn't know what. That is all nonsense. All the dates are already submitted here. Your online classes and videos, there's all 5 online classes have been uploaded. Can you see each class has a link as well? If you click on this, here's the link, all right? And today I'm going to post the video here and the link to the slides here as well, all right? So you can see all the live classes. You can see that I've got under the 4th class, you'll see we've got how to create the Google Drive folder and the Google Doc folder. There's a video and there are some screenshots here as well. This is really important for you for the discussion forums. You will see we will show you. And why we put it there, because you need to use that Google Doc for the final portfolio as well, and you get your practice in the discussion forums. So all the information is there. You can have a look at it. And we tell you exactly what we're doing. The 5th class where we discuss the portfolio specifically as well. When you go after the 5th class, here's your pre-recorded videos, right? Module overview and learning unit 1. We discuss basically what learning unit 1 is about. Watching the video does not excuse you from studying learning unit 1. Remember, we provide overviews and we just discuss it not in detail. We give you the basics of what the module is about, the learning unit is about. So you need to study learning unit 1 from your study guide and watch this video. The video gives you an overview of what's there and the important concepts that you have to study, all right? But doesn't give you every single detail, all right? And there's slides here. If you click on this, you'll find the slides. Then you just work out your study plan, all right? Go to learning unit 2. I told you study learning units 2 and 3 together. Create your schedule in such a way, because it's all got to do with grammar and language. And we've got 3 little videos for learning units 2 and 3. You'll see we explain all the different little strategies for writing, reading, the important grammatical concepts, and there are slides there as well, all right? There's one set of slides there. So study learning units 2 and 3 with the online learning resources and these videos. So set aside your time like that. If you're working on a Saturday or Sunday, 2 or 3 hours, keep that apart for learning units 2 and 3. If you work like that, you will be finished with the learning material in a scaffolding position, because remember the learning units build on each other, and you will have the necessary information and knowledge and skills as you're moving along to more important and more difficult and complex writing tasks. If you're looking at the 3rd learning recorded video section, is academic and business writing resources. Sunisani referred to it earlier. Now, this 3.1, I talk about plagiarism, referencing, technical presentation, and I give you the basics of communication theory, all right? Oh, sorry about that. So this is what you are going to go through. If you go through this, you'll see what I do. With the next 2 videos, I provide some templates, and you will see I provide the templates and I discuss the templates for all the different types of writing tasks that you might get. Right? So these are very important videos, and there's slides attached to them as well. You see the slides as well, depending on how you like to study. So if you study section by section, you will be in a better position to understand the module and do well in the module. All right. Then we have for learning units 4 and 5. See, there's the video and the slides. The video and the slides. Remember, I told you, study the learning unit, online resources, watch the video, go through the slides. Then you finish certain sections like that. All right. This is for learning units 8 and 9, and learning units 9 and 10. 10 and 11. See, there's videos and there's slides. So you can see all of that is there. Now, because it's an online learning, online course, there's all your assessments are online. Remember, we said assessment 1. Remember, you won't get access to it until the 12th of March. Assessment 2, you won't get access until the 10th of April. And assessment 3 is your portfolio exam, like we explained. You won't have access to this until the 12th of March, all right? But we will give you some important information before the time so that you can start preparing, like for the discussion forums already. Now, before I go into the discussion area, remember I told you this is an online learning unit, online course. So you can study online on your phone or your device or your laptop. If you want to go through each course, see, you can go start from the preface. It gives you a lot of important information. And what's nice about this, you can study on your phone. If you are traveling or commuting, whatever, or you're sitting in bed and you want to go through certain parts of your learning units, you can do this. And if you stop at a certain learning unit, for instance, I was reading today on my commute, I was reading learning unit 1, and I stopped at the introduction. When you start again tomorrow, it will tell you you stopped at 1.1. Would you like to continue? And what's nice is that there's some links here as well. So the links are interactive already, and they're active already. So you can go into the links. Can you see? You can go from one to another, from one section to another already. So it goes through these sections. So all 11 learning units, you can do that. All right. I'm going to go back to the welcome page. So I hope that makes sense to you. And see, I press on read more. And there's everything, your entire section is there, right, of all your course information. And now, can you see after learning unit 11, I have the online learning learning resources that I keep referring to. Now, look, I've labeled them all for you. You can download the whole folder, right? You can just click download, it will download the whole folder, and it tells you for which learning resource it is, all right? Online learning resource for learning unit 6. Now you can see there's 2 learning resources for learning unit 7. It tells you which ones they are, the listening process, verbal and non-verbal communication. You have to use these in conjunction with your study guide. All right, so you have that. So there's learning, online learning resources from learning units 2 to 10. Learning units 1 and 11 do not have them. We've included all the information that you require in the study guide already. I hope that makes sense to you. Now, some students were asking about the official study material. You'll see there's your study guide in PDF format, the whole study guide from learning units 1 to 11 is there. Tutorial letter 101 and tutorial letter 301 that Sunisani was referring to, all right? That has all the referencing guides and academic writing guides and all that. So that's important to have. Now, under additional resources, you'll see I've put everything under additional resources. We have a new declaration. It's important for you to submit with your portfolio exam, all right? Not for the MCQs. You have to download it here. It's in Word format and you need to fill it in. But we will discuss it later when we're closer to the portfolio exam, but you can download all these resources already. We tell you all about plagiarism and everything. And please, students, if you're using AI tools to generate content that is not acceptable, we're using Turnitin and we will get a report. Remember, the AI report to show whether you've used AI tools or not only comes to lecturers. So we will get that. So please don't do that. Right? Just write on your own. So introductory course, you need to learn to write on your own, all right? We will teach you how to use some AI tools ethically, but you are not allowed to generate any content from there, all right? So we've put the online learning resources here as well. We've put your study guide here as well. And we've put in the tutorial letters here as well, because sometimes, you know, if certain parts of the site are not available, or at least it's here under additional resources, right? Okay, and then there's other important aspects of technical writing and presentation. We've provided these resources here. So I hope that makes sense. Now, the final part I want to go through is your discussion area. Now, you'll see that this section, the portfolio exam, this is now going to count 30% of your mark for the portfolio, all right, for the summative exam. After this, we'll open the floor for questions and answers, and I will unmute your mics as we move along, all right? It just takes a bit of time to get into it. I'm waiting for it to get into it. Students, please don't put unnecessary posts in here. This is a very strict post and forum only for your portfolio exam, all right? I've put in the rules. You are not allowed to create different discussion forums. This is what I want to see on the front page only. You do not add a discussion topic here. Do you understand that? All right. So can you see what we've got? There are 3 discussion forums that are compulsory, right? And if you're going to mess around with this section, I'm going to give you 0 for the portfolio for this mark. You'll get 0 for this section because you're not following instructions. Where you need to post, you need to open. You'll see this is your first discussion forum. See, I've labeled them. All right. That's your second one. And that's your third one. Okay, I just forgot to number that, although I wrote it. I'll put that in just now for you. Now, here's your instructions. Here's all your instructions for the discussion forums. All right. These are your discussion forum posts. This is what you need to do and how you need to create. Remember, I've showed you that we've got a little video on how to create a Google Doc and a Google Drive folder. All right, I've already shown you. You need to answer all of these questions. Make sure you respond to that. Now, look, there are 2 tasks under each discussion forum. The first task for this one is create a Google Drive folder and doc, and I've given you more instructions there. You need to follow that carefully. The next task, task 2, is you have to have 1 post and then a second post where you need to respond. And this is what you need to do. So there are 3 tasks, 3 things that you need to do, 2 tasks, basically. The first task is to create that Google Doc and Google Drive folder. Second task has 2 posts that you need to put in. So this is very important. And the due date, remember, you've got from today until the 10th of May. On the 10th of May, all these discussion forums close, right? And you shouldn't start posting on the 10th of May, right? You should be finalizing all your discussions. Now you'll see there's the second one also. I go to the second one. I think this takes a bit of time to go into. The second one talks about, also has 2 tasks. Each of the discussion forums has 2 tasks. The first task usually gives you something to do, and the second task gives you 2 posts, or it can work the other way around, right? So you need to focus on all of them, read the instructions, and you get into each post, right? Can you see? That's good. The student has gone into the post and created the task. So the second discussion forum, again, task 1 and task 2. This one, task 1 has 2 posts first, all right? So look at the instruction. Then the second task is to complete the task in that Google Doc that you've created in that first forum, all right? And the last forum is task 1. You have to create the 2 posts. And task 2, you have to create the SOP document in your Google Doc, all right? So I hope all this makes sense to you. And I think I've gone through everything. I just want to go through the discussion area one last time. You saw that that one is exclusively for your portfolio discussions. This one is your student interaction. So you can post whatever you want to post, ask questions when something is due and what and whatever, all right? Now, this interaction, I'm going to create this interaction. So one of these days, I will set up a live discussion. So if and set up like a 1 hour where I will discuss things with students. If you want to ask any questions of that, I will put that in. All right. And this is an experimental thing. You can play around with it. I don't mind what you do here because it's experimental. So I want you to play with it a bit. All right. So I will add a little bit of information and you can play with it and upload few things and talk to each other there. That's fine. So I hope this makes sense to you, student. Now we're going to open uh, the discussion floor now. We're going to open the floor for discussion. Before I do that, I just want to tell you, I'm sure you know about the academic integrity course. You know that every semester, uh, every year, sorry, not every semester, it's important to complete the academic integrity course. These are some of the things that you should avoid doing, right? To avoid plagiarism detection. Try and write on your own. It's not so difficult to write on your own, right? Don't just copy and paste. Think what's being written and try and analyze it in your own words, right? See, I've given you some guidelines on how to use it. And remember, we don't want you to use any AI tools to generate content. You don't generate your answers on AI, all right? AI is not enrolled for this course. You are, and we're teaching you how to write. So you need to be able to do this on your own, right? Although we will give you some guidelines on how to use AI tools ethically, we do not want you to use AI tools to generate any content, all right? Okay, so you need to finish the academic integrity course, right? You can go see the course is available on my UNISA, on the front page of my UNISA. I've even put the link here. When I upload the slides, you'll see the link and you can complete the course. It has 6 study units, all right? And it teaches you how to do things academically, all right? Okay, students, now I'm going to open the floor for discussion.
Or maybe before the floor, I think there are some questions on the chats. Someone
Okay.
asked, what is the best way to do this? We won't decide for you how you need to tackle the content. It's up to you if you feel like it will work by starting by listening to recordings before you read on your own. If it works for you, it's okay. But we won't really dictate to say, start with reading or start with listening. Do what will work for you.
But you have to, the thing is you need to go through all the content, right?
Yes.
Whichever way it works for you, like Zunisani says, is fine. But remember, you have to go through the study guide and the online learning resource and then do the video. So whichever works first for you. If you want to do the video first to get an idea more or less what the learning unit is about, that's fine. It's no problem. And then you can study the learning unit, but you have to study the learning unit and the online learning resource. All right. Does it make sense? The order doesn't matter. Okay.
There was a comment about, I can't see anything. It keeps on saying page unresponsive. The network was fine and it was being recorded, so no problem. If you couldn't see some things, you can still watch the recording.
Can you please explain the forums, please? I've just explained the forums. What exactly would you like to know about the forums?
Yeah, the forum, it's just a discussion forum where you have some questions that you need to respond to. So for more details, she explained as part of the recording. You will go and read, and then you can still come and ask after you have read. Somebody asked about SOP. So SOP stands for Standard Operation Procedure. It's a document. Normally, it's used at work to guide people on how to do a certain work or procedure to follow certain steps. So, but we will dwell much on that. We can still repeat talking about that on when we talk about Learning Unit 4. But at the same time, there is a template and guideline regarding this SOP that you can still check.
Okay, any other
Yeah,
questions?
I think chance to ask questions. Yeah, it's fine now.
Are there anything else in the chat that we need to respond to?
The MCQ is a protocol, or it's not? Do they have to use a certain with the MCQ? But we can use only maybe if we don't want many problem, we can use the model protocoling, the camera for the model.
Yes, we're going to use that. Yes, we're going to
Yes.
use the webcam and we will explain that to you closer to the assessment due date. For the MCQs, we're going to be using the webcam proctoring tool, right? But don't stress about that now. For now, just start with the course and we will explain that to you in the next class, all right? When it's closer to the assessment due date.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
don't
I think
stress.
we can take some questions now.
Yes. Tabello, I've unmuted you. I've allowed the mic for you. Unmute and speak, please. I see your hand is up. Tabello. Okay. Vitembo. Vitembo, do you want to speak? No, not speaking. Okay. The next person, Hobisa Roji.
Hi, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, hi. Okay, the pronunciation is Gobisa, but
Oh,
so I
sorry.
wanted to ask with regards to referencing, what style do we use in this course? Actually, I have two questions with regard to referencing, and okay, I don't know if this is gonna sound, I don't know if it's stupid or not, but for the quizzes, there won't be any referencing involved. Am I correct?
Yes, no question is stupid. If you're not sure of something, you are here to ask questions. Don't say that. All right. Yes, in a quiz, you don't need referencing, obviously, because we'll be asking you multiple choice questions and you will be choosing there. But in the quiz, it's a good thing that you ask something like that. We don't just give you first level questions. We give you up to level 4 questions. So we'll give you a scenario with questions in many times. So you have to read and understand, and many times it's application questions, right? So although you don't need referencing, you will need application of your theory, and that's so you need to study very well. And then the first part of your question about what type of referencing, we use Harvard style of referencing, but remember, it's specific to our department. That's why go through learning unit. What's this tutorial letter 301? It has the full guidelines and that video I showed you on the academic referencing. Remember, I showed you on the pre-recorded videos. I think it was video number 3 and 3.1. I've put that in to simplify it for you. So if you want to look at that video first and then go to tutorial letter 301, go through that. Will give you the full guidelines on how to reference. All right. I hope that helps. Have I answered your questions?
Maybe in addition, we are aware that probably in accounting modules, they use different style. So we use Harvard, but this Harvard, you find it in our tutorial letter 301. So that's the guide that we use for this module.
All right. Next student, Daniel, go ahead, please. I've given you access to the mic. Okay, Daniel is not speaking. Granny Fikile Flongwane.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Go ahead, please. We can't hear you. I don't know if there's something wrong with your mic.
Oh, okay. I need
Okay.
clarity. I
Okay,
need
go ahead.
clarity on integrity.
Yes, go ahead. Sorry, you need clarity on?
Am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah,
you're
you are
audible now.
audible.
Integrity course. We should also write it even though we wrote it last year.
I'm not sure if you have to redo it each year. If you did it last year, we will have to find out about that. We just know that it is compulsory for students to do it, but I will find out if you've already done it last year, if to redo it this year. We'll give you information in the next class about that. That's a good question. Okay. Anything
I was
else?
asking if we should write.
We didn't get the last part you are asking about.
Okay, there's something wrong with Granny's network. Maybe you can type it in the chat
My
for us.
network is bad, yo.
But we heard the part where you're saying the network is bad. What was the last part of the question you were asking?
I was asking if it's a must, even if we wrote integrity course last year, we should rewrite it again this year.
Yeah, she responded to that. She said the answer is we are not sure yet whether you need to do it again. We will find out, and in the next session we'll update you. Or even if it's not on the next session, if we find out, we can even post on my UNISA whether you need to do it or not.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next student. Hi, Aletu. Angeline, go ahead.
Good morning to you and good morning all.
Morning.
I just
Yes.
wanted a little bit of clarity with regards to when we are writing our written assessments. I'm clear that you have already mentioned that you use Turnitin to check if whether we have used AI. So I'm asking this because sometimes I personally may tend to use the editor on Word documents. And I hear that from time to time on Turnitin, it may come up as someone used AI. So I'm not sure if we can continue using it, or maybe we should refrain from using it in terms of maybe
Yes.
it checking your grammar or something.
Yes, you should refrain from using it and allowing it to rewrite your text because it shows as AI written. You can use it for spelling mistakes, but please don't allow it to rewrite your text where it's giving you, I know with Grammarly and all those things, they give you suggestions on how to rewrite something and you just accept it. That will be shown as AI generated. So don't do that, right?
Okay, thank you. Noted.
Next person, Kamogelo. Kamogelo Marcia. I see you unmuted, but we can't hear you.
Am I audible now?
Yes, now you are.
All right. I wanted to ask, I'm a little bit confused with forums. I don't understand. So we post our view on each unit when we're done, or I don't know how it works. It's just my first time doing online.
Are you talking about the discussion forums for the portfolio?
Yes,
We've given you, we've made that very clear. There's 3 discussion forums and there's instructions there for each one of them. So there's not once did we say you have to rewrite talk about the learning units. We've given you questions and instructions there. So going into the forums, like I'd explained earlier, you can have a look at this video as well. Each of the 3 discussion forums has certain topics and tasks there, and we've got the tasks written out, so you have to follow those tasks. All right? I hope that makes sense. You'll have to go through the discussion forums, go into it and have a look at that. All right?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Next, Azania. You can unmute. Go ahead. We're not hearing you. Okay, Azania, maybe you should type in the chat because we're unable to hear you. Next student, Elroy.
Maybe before that one comes in, there are 1 or 2 questions on the chat section. One is asking about portfolio. So with regard to the portfolio, we are just letting you to know now, but your portfolio, it's an exam. It will come a little bit later. So you don't have to really worry about it. But what we can tell you, it will be written assessments. It's either you write an essay or a letter or a report or various things. But these tasks that we give you, ask also about AI. We want you to write on your own and to use the template that we have given you. I think that's what I can say. But we will still explain later. We'll have a specific class dealing with the portfolio. And with regard to the computer or laptop, yes, it's a must. As far as this module is concerned, you must have a computer or laptop, because there's no way we can detect whether you use a AI or not if you are going to write using the hand. So it's a must. Everyone must write using, it's either the Word document or using the computer, if you want to call it like that. It's, yes, we can continue, Asha.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Students, please, even with the you stressing because you are asking questions that we have already answered in a lot of the videos. That's why what you need to do is to go into those videos. If you look at that video on how to create a Google document, Google Drive folder, you will look at that video and create it in your first discussion forum. The first part of it will be done already. So you are stressing for nothing. You want us to repeat what's already put into that class and into that video. That's why we've explained that to you. So you have to go into that video, have a look and see, and go into each discussion forum and see what is required of you. Don't just ask questions now because you're not sure what to do because you didn't read what the instructions are about. First, read into the instructions, and then, because now you're working on panic mode, don't work on panic mode. Work methodically, go through certain of the things, go through this discussion forum, see what they require of you. Because like we said, you ask questions that are already answered. You're asking us, what do we have to do there? It's already written there. I've showed you where to go into it, have a look at what's required, right? Go into the videos, see, you'll understand everything because I know we have explained everything clearly. Even the templates, how to write, how to create. And for the portfolio, we've got a special class for that. We will discuss it. For now, concentrate on your discussion forums and concentrate on studying learning units 1, 2, and 3, which is going to be, we're going to take questions and answers in the next class, right? So Nisani will be doing that class, so concentrate on that. Elroy, please go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, yes, I just want to say thank you for the information. Everything is clear to me. I'm also, it's also my first time, and I think I can just reiterate what you've just said, is that, and I feel the same way that because of the information is really overwhelming, particularly during the first time. I think my colleagues or classmates are probably in panic. And that's also how I feel, but I think we'll feel better if we go through the work and actually attempt it. My question is, do we get some kind of guidance on a study plan, which will also make it easier for us to you know, prioritize the work sections? Yeah.
Okay, no problem. We understand it's a lot of information, but what we can tell you, we can always refer to the video or this recording. So just take it easy, start with learning unit 1, 2, check what needs to be done soon. You know, when you plan, you need to plan according to the tasks that are coming soon. Like, for example, the discussion forums are coming soon. Check what you're going to do there. As assessment 1, it's coming soon. Check the learning units that you need to cover for that if you don't want to study everything. So you can do this based on which due date is it coming soon. So if a certain due date is coming soon, which means focus on those learning units that are coming soon. So we understand in one day you can't get all of this. It might be a lot, but just take your time, read the welcome page, check various resources. Don't stress, take it easy. You know, sometimes you stress and you realize you were stressing over nothing.
Thank you
Yes,
for that.
100%. You see, you guys are trying to take in all the information at once and do everything at once. You're already jumping to the portfolio. So you're already stressed and you say, what must I do in the discussion forum? Because you didn't go into it as yet. What the point of this class is to show you where to find all the resources, to show you what is required. And now you do it methodically. And like I suggested, start first, go, like Zunisari said, go into the learning units, go into the module site, download your study material, and then you go learning unit to learning unit. Learning unit 1, study it. It doesn't have an online learning resource. Study that with the video and watch that video. You know, the pre-recorded one that we have. You'll see you already know learning unit 1 then, right? Then go to learning unit 2. That one, learning unit 2 and 3, they have online learning resources. You have to study them in conjunction and then watch the videos there. Once you do that, you go to the next step. Then you'll see it already starts making sense because the way we structured the course, everything you're learning is actually helping you to improve on the next learning unit. All right. And on the next step. So don't stress. Okay. And start like that. You should be fine.
Okay.
All right. We've got just about 10 minutes left. So these 6 students that are here, I will take your questions and then we'll wrap up. Lisiba, go ahead. Lisiba, unmute yourself.
Okay, hi guys.
Hello, yes, go ahead. Please just go ahead and speak.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I just got onto this module. I think probably 2 days back. So I just understand that I've done it before, of which it was part of financial management. It was part of my course on N4. So I think I now understand where is it going. I was just only concerned about the portfolio part, of which I couldn't understand. I tried to search about it, but still I had no clue. So I was just concerned about it and how it goes. And then I'm also concerned about the Google Doc and the Drive thing, because I don't know, it's not showing up there clearly. Where should the page be on for us to go for the option for files? Because I'm not understanding where is that page in? Or should we
Did
get
you watch the video on the Google Drive on how to create a Google Doc in a Google Drive? Go and watch that video. It's on the welcome page. Go and watch that video and then you will know how to do that, right? And the portfolio we'll discuss as we move along. So I'm not going to discuss the portfolio right now because you still have to study quite a bit of things. Start, like I said, start with your learning units 1 and 2 and 3, finish those learning units. And if you and start with your discussion forums. Remember, there's a video on how to create. I've discussed it already in class. You can re-watch this video, watch that on how to create the Google Doc and the Google Drive. All right. I hope that will help you. All right. Anything else?
So we should just dwell on the videos. Like we can watch the whole videos and then start with the learning unit 1, 2 after. Because I feel like
It's
maybe
fine. It's fine if you do that. It's fine if you do that. If that's what you want to do, you can. But it's preferable if you finish learning unit by learning unit. Finish the learning unit, the online learning resource, and the related video for each learning unit. And that would make you understand each learning unit better. But if you want to watch the videos first, that's up to you. But make sure that you study everything. All right? It's no problem. No problem. Next student, Anela.
All right, so my question is, I'm also a first year student and don't have much understanding of everything. So when it comes to assessments and assignments, when we're talking about referencing, my understanding of an assignment is, you go through the study material and you get the questions and you write what you know. However, do we reference the study guide? Also, what exactly are we referencing? Things that we research on our own. So, like for example, if I'm giving an answer, I do need to reference where it's coming from. And is it only for external research, or do we also have to reference the study guide?
Yes, you do reference the study guides as well. And we've got guidelines on how to reference study guide. If you look in the tutorial to 301 and at video and academic referencing, we show you how to reference the study guide and the tutorial letters as well, all right? And the online learning resources. Okay, yes. All right, so does that answer your question?
Yes, basically refer to the tutorial letter.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. Not just the tutorial, the study guides as well. The study guide is where you can get a lot of information. Yes. So you can go through the tutorial at 301 for guidelines on how to reference, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Daniel Tabo, go ahead. Daniel's not speaking. Anas?
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
I want to ask what will happen if you submit an assignment, but Turnitin flags it as AI, but even though you didn't even use AI in your assignment?
We have asked this question in training. Apparently, they do pick up anything that's AI generated. They do pick it up as AI at 99% accuracy. That's what they say.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So, okay, no problem. Mpo, go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
If I may ask, like, we do have 3 assessments, right, that we have to do, and we have to obtain 40% on those 3 assessments before we do the portfolio and all. So my question is, since we've been given a little time, because I can see the timing in between the opening date and the closing date, are we going to be given like 2 to 3 attempts, or is it only 1 attempt for each assessment?
Okay, first let me correct you. It's 3 assessments in total, including the exam portfolio. So it's 2 assignments and the exam portfolio. So it's 3 in total. It's not 3 and then the exam. You understand that? So it's 3 in total. So it's not 4 assessments. No, everything has got 1 attempt. There's no 2 attempts for anything. So you have to, that's why we're telling you to start studying carefully. You can have 1 attempt for each assessment, all right? Anything else?
No, thank you.
Deborah, go ahead.
Hi, it's my first time studying online. So my question is just with the webcam. So it doesn't matter when you do it, your assignment, does it record it, or how does the webcam work? I just want clarity on that, because I do my studies part-time.
Okay, we will explain about the webcam closer to the assessment, all right? So
Okay, sure.
don't talk about it, right? Thank you.
Okay,
Okay,
thank
students,
you.
I'm going to take a last student because now we need to close the session because we've got other sessions to go to now. I'm going to take one last question. Deborah, that's the last question, then I'm closing the session. Is Deborah just answered now, right?
No, that's all. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Sarah? Is it Sarah
Hi,
or Sarah? Yes, that's the last question I'm taking. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I just needed clarity on the declaration form. I heard something about when writing assessments, there is a declaration form that we need to download. So I just wanted to hear about that.
And right, there's a declaration form. When we getting close to the portfolio, we'll explain that in more detail. But I've already explained this in this class. You download that for now. The inclusion of it, we will explain when it's time for the portfolio exam. I hope that helps. Students, I think we've covered all the questions now. Now, let's not run to the portfolio right now. We've given you what you need to do, what you need to prepare for. For now, start studying learning units 1, 2, and 3 with your online learning resources and those pre-recorded videos. And also start with the discussion forums. There's 3 discussion forums for the portfolio exam. Start working on them. We've given you instructions within that, so you should know what to do. For the first one, for the Google Drive and a Google Doc folder, a Google Drive folder in the Google Doc. There is a video also on that, a pre-recorded video. Have a look at that on how to do that and respond to everything carefully. Don't just read half of the instructions. Read the instruction carefully. You should be fine. Don't now do the discussion forum and start thinking of the portfolio. When you're doing the discussion forum, focus on the discussion forum. The portfolio time will come, we'll discuss it. The assignment time will come, we'll discuss it. For now, start doing that and you'll know what to do, right? Start working and don't ask too many questions now. Start working. First, start working. In the next class, we will be covering learning units 1, 2, and 3. So you should be finished studying those learning units so you can bring your questions in there. Okay, students, all the best. Start studying, and I do trust that you will do very well. Okay, all the best. Bye.